Hey, welcome back. I'm aware that I just spent an entire video unboxing a Raspberry Pi just to not do continue and not use it. I want to go back to a bit of basics before I move on to actually using the GPI opens on the Raspberry Pi. So this is, as I mentioned the last time, this is Arduino Uno. This is a fairly oldish one, but it's been reliable. This is just a 3D printed thingy you can find on printables that I've decided to put it on. So what I want to do is quickly just do a very basic blinking a light. I've done this before and I just want to see if I have everything set up correctly. I started with it just now and decided maybe this could make a quick short video. So yeah, so what I have set up here already, and I need a pointer again. Let's grab the one I used previously. So I already set up some of it. This is just to show that I have power on the board. I like knowing that it's powered on. At the moment this is powered from the USB cable, so but I also have this set up so that I can power it from there. I left it in because it provides the ground on this side. So this is a very simple circuit. I've connected this blue wire to pin 8 that will provide 5 volts to this LED. Put a little resistor here. Always have that so I don't burn out the LED. So you can see there's one as well. Then I just connect the other side to ground. This would just complete the circuit if I send a high output, saying if I send current to this. This is one of the PWM outputs on your digital PWM outputs on the Arduino. Fairly standard so far. The idea is to send a high, wait, turn it off, so send low basically, wait, send high, wait, etc. And what that'll do is simply blink the light. This is the Hello World equivalent for those that come from programming. This is the Hello World equivalent for Arduino as far as I can tell. First thing everyone does is blink a light. I might also do more than one light, and we can maybe simulate a traffic light and make it time and switch between the lights. So I'm gonna also try and do screen sharing for the first time. So let's hop into the IDE and see what that side of things look like. Code it out. I'll explain what the code does, and then yeah, we can hop right in. See you there. Okay, hopped into the IDE. I'm gonna do a very quick standard light blinky thingy. This is the same tutorial you'll get on Arduino's own website if you go there. This is the most basic thing. I needed to look up all the function names and so on because I forgot them, but I think what I'm gonna do here is pretty standard. I might have renamed a thing or two and have the timing different, but yeah, it's still gonna be the same. It's like typing hello world with or without the comma or an exclamation mark at the end. There's some variation. So let's begin. Let's do, I'm setting a new integer. I want to call it, my light is green, so I'm just gonna call it green LED, and it is set on pin 8. So pin 8. Pin 8 is normally the first one I choose. I think it's because it's done in a lot of tutorials, so yeah, that's the reason for pin 8. I think you can set it to any of the other pins that have a similar thing. So then setup. Oh wait, I should set this is a void function, void setup. Within this function, you do things like set pins, maybe do some initialization of stuff. This will only run once, and this runs when your Arduino boots. So this is the first thing that runs. All we want to do is set this pin as output. So we're gonna say pin mode, and then which pin do we want? We want the green LED. Man, I wish it had better autocomplete. Now it shows something. Okay, anyway, and it's an output pin, which means we are writing to this pin. Then, now that we have a pin set, we have to loop. This loop runs infinitely. Void loop, and all the code in here, it'll read from top to bottom. So say you have stuff, more stuff, it'll read it, that one, then back to the top, that one, back to the top, that one. So basically infinitely run the code within it. So what we want to do is we're writing digital outputs, so only 1 or 0, or in the case of Arduino, we're writing high or low. So this will be a digital write. Inside it, I put a semicolon up there. Okay, we're writing to this pin. I don't want to keep typing that, so we'll copy it. And I want to write it high to it. Then, is it sleep or delay? I think it's delay on delay. Some languages have sleep, some have delay or time.sleep or whatever, but I think it's delay in this case, and we'll do 100. And wait, that'll be very fast, so let's do 1000. And then we want, that's gonna wait, so it's gonna turn on the LED, wait, then let me just type it out again for digital write. Do that, and we want to write load to it. The next one, and then the same delay again. So how will this work? It turns on the LED, then waits 1000, whatever this is, probably milliseconds, so 1 second. Then it turns it off, waits 1 second. The loop ends, so it'll continue to the top. Write, digital write, delay 1000, write, delay 1000. So high, low, high, low, high, low, on, off, on, off, on, off, all the way. So if I uploaded this script, if I didn't make a mistake, this should, I did make a mistake. What did I do? Output. So that should fix it. So that wrote it, and it's blinking. Okay, so this is the result of the code we just wrote. As you can see, it's blinking. On, off, that's the high, low, and the time between is just waiting. So if you wrote the high, it'll keep high while delay is running until the pin mode is changed. High, low the whole time. Very exciting. You get to see that. I think what I want to do next is just create a small traffic light. So this should work like switch between green, yellow and red. I know it's supposed to be orange, but I only have yellow LED, so here we go. Yellow one. Then also another red one. And that gives us a kind of a traffic light scenario. A very dumb traffic light, but a traffic light nonetheless. So there we go. That I'm gonna need some grounds. So pull that one down to ground. And do I have another one? I have a bendy one. Let's use the bendy one. I'm trying to just keep it tidy so that it's easy to see what's happening. If I have too many of these, they become quite a mess. So that's a little zigzag one for yellow. There. Where? Oops. Almost made a mistake there. So this will be green. And that should blink again. Here we go. I need resistors. I can't just tie those directly to... Let's do that and straighten it out a bit. Let me use my other pliers. Let's do that. Okay, anyway, let's do that. Tie that one down to make that one high. It's a bit crammed. Let's move everything up. I can just edit that out. So that one there. Just moving everything up a bit because it was a little bit cramped. And the zigzag one. Luckily it doesn't take too long. Then tie that one in with a resistor. That'll write to it. And then of course a red one. Let's grab another resistor I've already bent. That one too high. As well, this is not tidiest circuit, but oh well. There, I want to get it as close as possible, so that longer one makes sense. Tie that to 2. Oh, this is awful wire. Let me get a better red. There we go, slightly longer one too. So I'm gonna make it 4. So put that there. And there. I just want to quickly test that these all work. So I'm gonna see that if I tie yellow to 8, does it blink? Did I wire everything up correctly? Yup. And let's check red. Did I wire red up correctly? Okay. We all saw red and yellow. So, guessing that's correct. Okay, quickly jump back into my IDE and we'll code this out quickly and then see what that looks like on here. Yeah, we're back in the IDE. So I have now hooked up 3 more LEDs, and the first thing we obviously need to do is set more pins. So I'm gonna set a yellow pin. Let's do all caps. Yellow LED, and it's gonna go onto 7. So let's put that one on 7 and pin 7. Then int red LED is equal to, and that one I have set to 5. So it's gonna go on 5. Now I want this to loop back and forth. So it's gonna go green, high, wait, low, green low. But once green switches low, I want to do another. Can I just control D this? Nope, I can't. But I can set high on yellow. Then we wait a bit. This is going to be the fastest traffic light ever, but it's white. Let's actually do green slightly longer just to make it interesting. So it'll wait 2 seconds on green, then it'll set turn off green, turn on yellow. Then I want to copy this, and let's copy it with that. See? Now which color do we turn off? We want to turn off the yellow, and we want to turn on the red light. And we want the red light to also be slightly longer. I think the yellow one's the shortest. Then after that, it needs to loop back to green, which means it needs to switch off red. Otherwise both of them will be on. So let's do it in the same order as I do things here. Set that to, no, that's correct. Set it to low. So let's check my logic. Red light's turned off. Green light is set on. I need to set these pins as well. I'll get to that now. So turn off red, turn on green, turn off green, turn on yellow, turn off yellow, turn on red, and back to turn off red, turn on green, etc. Then I need to do output pin modes for yellow and red as well. I'm remembering now that this is something I used to forget, and it would drive me crazy because I couldn't figure out why my digital rights won't work. So remember this. I almost forgot again, and that would have been annoying. Let's see if I made any mistakes. And I'm checking it goes yellow, and then it doesn't go red. Just to quickly show you what is happening. It's writing high to pin 8, but also I'm getting a high to pin 5 at the same time. I'm not sure why. I've made a point of turning off the red LED. So I found my mistake. I did not have that tied to ground. So I tied it to, the thing is, I had this LED the wrong way around. And if you remember, diodes can only allow current to flow in one direction. So I have had to, it looked correct for some reason, but it was literally tied to the wrong way around. And yeah, that was a bit of a weird one, but that gives us this result. So you can see the yellow light goes a bit shorter. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.